has been trying to get us one step closer to our homestead. Look at that sunrise. My God, that's beautiful. He's a good boy. Yes, you are. We got the water back on and everything's going good. Hey folks, Moses Woodson here from my High Desert Homestead. And if you've seen our Facebook post or Instagram feeds, you know we're moving again. Now, everything we've been doing has been trying to get us one step closer to our homestead. And what we've done is we have moved from the place we were renting to a RV park. And we worked a deal with the owners of the RV park. This place is pretty run down. They've got 10 acres here. Worked a deal with them. We're going to do maintenance and upkeep for the use of a camper and our lot rent. So we're going to be working on irrigation, cleaning up. As you can see, this place here is a mess. Hadn't been used in a long time. Anytime we move, it also involves moving our horses. And they had these old pens here and they said we could use them. So me and Anna's out here today. She done smashed her big toe. But we're out here today. Going to try to get this pen right here in shape to put the horses in. We got to get the water situation figured out. But we're moving from where we rented because all the money that was going to that, and they were good folks and everything, but my work at where I work at is the hours have not been as good. The jobs, we've not been getting as many jobs, so consequently my pay has not been as good. So in order for us to get ahead and to get down to the homestead and get some things in place down there, some infrastructure, we had to make some decisions, and we made the decision to move over here. It kind of fell in our lap, and so we moved over here. So we're working on it. So that's where we're at today. We're over here. Me and Anna's over here working on this today, and then we got to get our horses moved over here. And some of our videos will probably be on irrigation. So we're going to be reworking the irrigation system here at the RV park and maybe some home improvement stuff. But we're always going to be bringing stuff from the homestead because we got to get infrastructure in place down there. So this is what we're doing. This is where we're at. One step closer. That's what it's all about. Say hi to the folks, Anna.
Hello.
Okay, friends and neighbors. Here we are. Wind's blowing this morning. It's a cool morning this morning. We had storms last night. This is day 3 of our move. And I don't know if you get a good look at this. This is what me and Anna did on Sunday. I think it was Sunday, yeah. All my days are running together. Anyway, this old panel was here. We took and put up some field fence. Put up a tarp for the horses for shade. This place really needs to be cleaned up. Old Boomer's over here. We got him a kennel built. There's old Boomer. He's been digging, looks like. What is it, Boom Boom? What is it, Boom Boom? What is it, Boom Boom? He's a good boy. Yes, you are. So, like I said, there's a lot that needs to be cleaned up, but me and Anna got that together and got it built. And just some stuff that was laying around here. I mean, we built this out of the same stuff, and pretty nice looking kennel, pretty nice looking pen for the boys. Got some hay this morning. People oftentimes they wonder about what we do, and look at that sunrise. My God, that's beautiful. They look at what we do and they wonder about us because we do things kind of quick, but they don't see the days and the hours of prayer. Before we moved, we prayed a lot about how to get ahead, what we needed to do to get ahead. And then this place here kind of fell in our lap. The folks that own it were needing help, as you can see. And we prayed and prayed, and we come over here to look. I don't know if you can see them right over there. There's a couple old trailers over there. And we come over to look at them because they had them online for free. And they said the person they had here before kind of left them in a lurch, didn't really do anything while he was here. So we prayed about it and thought about it, and it all kind of worked out. I mean, when we move, we have to have a place for our horses. That's just the way it is. Some people have dogs, some people have cats. We have horses, and it's just part of who we are. And this place had it, and it wouldn't have worked out otherwise. So when prayers are answered, you move fast. And that's what we did. Yeah, we had a lot of plans and a lot of things over at that other place. We were thinking about putting in a garden, this, that, and the other, and we were doing things over there, but you have to roll with the punches, and this is a punch we had to take. So anyway, hope y'all are having a beautiful morning. This is our new place. We got an agreement with them for a year, fix this place up. So we're gonna be here a year while we're working on our homestead. This place is gonna take a lot of our time, but we're gonna be able to save a lot of money, and we call it short-term pain for long-term gain. So we're gonna take and get after it. Today's I gotta work, tomorrow I'm off, and the fun begins. Got home from work. George called me on my way home, and one of the hydrants broke off out here at the campground. So thank God it broke off at the check valve. The check valve's keeping it from breaking on off. So compared to the beautiful sunrise this morning, now I'm going to get muddy. Part of it. I got to dig this up, get the water out of here, and get a new faucet put on here. So we got a little bit of digging to do. Get the gravel out of this pit, get the pipe ready and prepped, get this water out of this hole. We got the new hydrant in, and basically what this thing did here, you see it too well in the shade because it's hot. This broke off right here. So we just put a new end on there and went right back in the same hardwood in the ground. So this will tell you, when we were doing this for the public, we were doing farms and barns and fences and water lines on farms. One of the things that we did is we sprayed these with an underlayment, like a car underlayment, or even a rhino liner type material. You can paint them, but that rhino liner or that in a can, or the underlayment for a car, you can spray these up to ground length, and it will prevent this for a long time. Now these been in the ground for a while. They've been in the ground like 20 years, they were telling me. But still, you can see the deterioration. And this old ground out here has got a lot of alkali in it, which really works on these pipes, these old iron pipes. So you're putting iron pipe in the ground for any length of time, you really need to think about coating it with some type of underlayment, or at least painting it at the very least. But this could have been prevented with some underlayment, even though it has been in the ground 20 years. So we got the new one in. We're gonna go turn the water on, check for any leaks, and we have people back in water. So here's yet another thing. I wish it was a treated 4x4, but we're gonna use a piece of pipe because that's all we got. We're gonna drive it in. You can see right here, we're gonna drive it in right next to, the pipe runs that way, more that way. So we're gonna drive this pipe in next to it. So when we bury it, we're gonna clamp this down, probably just use wire for now, but we're gonna clamp it down so that it has some support, because these are all threaded ends and they will move back and forth. I don't see any leaks, so we should be in good shape, but you gotta have some support support on these. Don't just bury them and leave them in the ground. If you don't put a 4x4 beside them, generally you want it side to side, because as they leak water, the ground around them gets soft, particularly in sandy country and desert country. The ground's gonna get soft. When you shut them off, they've got a backflush on them, and that's why they're frost-free. They're called frost-free hydrants, so because all the water from here up leaks down and back out of the tube, because the valve is down there under the ground. So therefore it doesn't freeze. So you got to have some support on it. So that's why all this gravel's in this culvert end here is to take and not let the ground get so soft. But it's still going to happen. It's still going to work. You got to have something around it, and none of these did. Probably that hydrant, that old one, would not have broke had there been some support beside it. So we're going to put some support beside this one, and we got the water back on and everything's going good. All right, folks, end of the day here. We got the leaks fixed, and didn't catch it on camera, but that shade house I showed you this morning, big old gust of wind came through, popped that thing. Horses spooked. I didn't get any of it. We just took off running to try and keep the horses from spooking through the fence. But anyway, we got to rebuild that shade house. But coming down here to the end of the day, and hopefully we can get that took care of tomorrow, and we're about settled in here. Here's a camper where we're living. There's old green monster, still got the water tank on it. So we got a lot to do, but as always, we seem to find ourselves with lots to do. But anyway, got a little bite to eat in here, and I'm gonna hit the hay. It's about 9 o'clock. So we'll see you down the road.